Hello, hello. It's Ronnie with Plan to Eat. And today I want to go over the basics of the shopping list settings to show you all the things that you can do to customize your shopping list. All right, so you find the shopping list settings by tapping the three dot icon in the upper right of your shopping list. And now we come to the shopping list settings page. And I'm just going to go through these one by one to show you what each of these means. So you can print your shopping list up at the top, and it's going to take you to basically a PDF version of your current shopping list. It's going to give you options here to group items by store, to include the recipe key. You can also print stores on separate pages, whereas you can see right now my stores are on the same page. And then when I want to print this, I just hit the print button at the top, and it's going to get sent to my printer. And I can have a physical shopping list if for whatever reason I don't want to use it on my phone. So then we go back to Plan to Eat. And the next one on the list here is to restore your shopping list. Now, restoring your shopping list is essentially wiping the slate clean for a new shopping list. So if you have ever come to your shopping list before and there are items on your shopping list from a previous shopping trip, you can come in here and restore your list to wipe everything out and have a clean slate. You can also restore your list if you have crossed a bunch of things off and want to have them come back up on your shopping list again. So restoring your shopping list basically restores it to its initial state based off of that date range. So if you had 20 items on your list from the recipes planned today, and you had tapped all of those items off on your shopping list, but you wanted to get all of them back on your list for whatever reason, you could also use the restore shopping list option for that. Now, when you just simply restore your shopping list with the button here in the upper right, it's going to, like I said, wipe the slate clean or just give you back all of the items that you had already tapped off. But you also see that there's a checkbox here where you can remove all your manually added items. So manually added items, whether you just typed them in manually or you added them from your staples list, will stay on your shopping list until you cross them off your list. So once again, if you're noticing that you have a bunch of extra items that were on your list from last time that you added by hand, you can come in here and remove all of those really quickly. Next, you have the option to manage your stores. So you can add as many custom stores in Plan to Eat as you would like. And in here is where you can add or delete any of them. You can also select which store is going to be your favorite store. And to add a new store, you just simply add it up here, press the add button. If you want to delete any of the stores, you use the little trash can next to it. Next on the list is to manage your store categories. So you can customize your store categories however you would like in Plan to Eat. You can label them by the numbers of the aisles in your store or just the general names of the sections in your store, kind of like I have. Once again, at the top, you have the option to add new categories. You have a trash can to delete the categories, and then the little hamburger menu, which is the 3-line menu to the left of each category, you can use to move the categories up and down. So you can relocate it based off of where things are located in your grocery store. All right, next we have the option to group items by store. So I currently have this toggled to on. So all of my items are being listed by the individual stores that I have them set to, but I could turn this off. And now all of my things are just in a one store labeled all items. So this might be helpful for you if you are doing a general shopping trip and going to one store where you're hoping you can buy everything, but you might prefer to have it organized by store if you're very specific about items that you buy at specific stores. So once you toggle this off, you'll also see that you then have the option to hide the different store names. So let's go back to the shopping list and you can see under snacks here, gum is labeled as being a part of my favorite store, but dried mango is something that I buy at Costco. So if I go and hide the store names and go back to my shopping list, it takes away that little store name that was reminding me where I normally buy these items at. All right, next on the list is keep your screen awake when you're using your shopping list. I have this toggled on because I like to keep my screen awake when I'm at the grocery store It makes it easier to quickly reference my list and tap things off. If you neither need to save battery for your phone or you just don't like having your screen awake all the time, you can easily toggle this option off. Next, we have displaying units in metric. And when you toggle this on, you are changing your units to metric across the entire app. So there are multiple places in the Planty app where you can change your units to metric, and it basically is global through the entire app. So if I changed this to metric right now, if I went back to my shopping list and any of the things had been in an imperial measurement, they would now be in a metric measurement. And finally, we have show purchased items here. So I can toggle that on. And then when I go into my shopping list, you can see all of the things that I previously purchased when I went to the grocery store. This is the option that is turned on by default when you're using the Planty shopping list, is that items get crossed off in line here in your shopping list so that you can quickly see the things that you have crossed off when you're shopping. However, if you have this turned on and you like to be able to see the items that are crossed off, but you don't want them to be mixed in with all of the others, you can then use this consolidate purchase toggle that appears. And when I go back to my shopping list, my list here is nice and clean and neat, but the things that I have previously purchased are then consolidated at the bottom. This is really helpful to be able to double check that you really did purchase everything that you needed at the grocery store and just double check your list. And when we go back to our settings, you'll also now see that we have a clear purchased items button. So I can tap that, and now all of my purchased items on my shopping list have been removed to essentially make a clean slate for me the next time that I go to make a shopping list. And then as we can see, we have a get help option here, which will redirect you to our help site and specifically to the section for the app shopping list. If you have questions about the Planty app, this is a great place to go to look for some answers. But you can also always email us at help@planty.com. So if you have any questions about the settings in the shopping list of the Planty app, once again, you can come here to our help article site or you can email us. Thanks for watching, and I will see you again in another video.